recent news, we have all of this controversy regarding Tesla and Donald Trump, some of the statements that he's made regarding Tesla, and the attacks and protests that we've seen against the Tesla brand and Elon Musk. So to start off the video, to kick it off, we're going to go ahead and play this video from Donald Trump, talk about the comments that he's made here, and go into some of the other things we have going on with Tesla. So without further ado, let me go ahead and play this clip from Trump.
No, that's beautiful.
Yeah, Mr. President, you talked about some of the violence that's been going on around the country at dealerships. Some say they should be labeled domestic terrorists because...
I will do that. I'll do it. I'm going to stop them. We catch anybody doing it because they're harming a great American company. You know, I've stuck up for the NFL. I've stuck up for a lot of American companies and other companies, but American companies. I did a very big favor for the NFL. I do favors for all. When you heard an American company, especially a company like this, supplies so many jobs that others are unable to do, when you do that, those people are going to go through a big problem when we catch them. And we have you get a lot of cameras up. We already know who some of them are. We're going to catch them. And they're bad guys. They're the same guys that screw around with our schools and universities, the same garbage. And no, we're going to catch them. And let me tell you, you do it to Tesla and you do it to any company, we're going to catch you and you're going to go through hell.
Okay, so just to clarify his comments there, I'm not sure who he would label domestic terrorist. I do have some videos that could be possibly labeled as domestic terrorism, because terrorism is basically violence. What's the definition? It's committing violence in the pursuit of a political goal, right? So we do have some violence that has been happening regarding Tesla. So I don't know. Could it be labeled terrorism? Could it be labeled domestic terrorism? Definitely interesting comments by Donald Trump. I would like to see exactly where that would go. But I know what he's referring to. These protests that they've been staging, these vandalism attacks. I have some pulled up that I'll go through in just a moment, but we also had in the news recently Act Blue, one of the largest fundraising organizations for the Democrats. They've been caught up in a massive scandal. They've had scandals in the past that didn't reach this level for some reason. Because, I mean, James O'Keefe has even done investigations on this with Act Blue. There's people that are labeled on their financial records saying that they've donated $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 even. There's probably more. They donate that within like a 2, 3, maybe 5-year span, and then you go and talk to these people at their house, and they're like, "Oh, I donated $10 one time, like a few years ago." So it's like, where's that money coming from if these people aren't donating it? So you have that issue, and then it was also came out in the news that there are people now alleging that they are directly fundraising direct action groups to stage protest and go commit disruptive acts. So I think that's what he's talking about, is like you have organizations like that are directly funneling money through fraud, and then they're using that money to stage protest and pay people to go commit acts. But we have this from Forbes. Tesla boycotts turn violent, reports of vandalism and worse. So they have a timeline for this. I don't know if they have everything labeled here, but we'll just go through it. Protests targeting Tesla are growing across the country, some peaceful, while some are acts of vandalism involving arson and gunfire, prompting President Donald Trump to threaten protesters will go through hell and be labeled domestic terrorist, as ire against company CEO and DOGE chief Elon Musk swells. So basically, if you don't know already, they're mad at Elon Musk. I'm assuming it's because of the Nazi salute, as they called it, even though it was just an awkward hand gesture. There's been you've probably, if you're anywhere on the internet at any point, you've seen other people make a similar gesture. It's nothing to complain about, really. It's just a weird gesture. It's not like he literally was like Heil Hitler and he put his arm out in a straight line. It was more off to the side. And if you listen to the comments he was making before, he said, "My heart goes out to you." That's also ridiculous. And then you have people complaining about DOGE, saying DOGE is going too far. But all DOGE is doing is finding, what is it? They're finding waste in the government. I would think that'd be something that Democrats and Republicans both agree on. You would think, right? You have waste in the government. Our tax dollars are going to places that they shouldn't be going. You would think people would agree on that, but that's where these protests are going. Before I read this timeline, if you like what I'm doing, gotta give my shout outs. Go follow me on Rumble, Twitch, YouTube. I stream from all 3 of those platforms. I post videos to YouTube and Rumble. under the same name on all three, Tyler Today News. I would greatly appreciate a thumbs up or a like on this video. And if you haven't already, hit that follow or subscribe button. But let me go ahead and, I got to get my spiel out, trying to grow. But let me go into this timeline. So March 11th, this is, okay, so it's in reverse chronological. So this is yesterday. 3 Tesla vehicles at Dedham, Massachusetts Tesla dealership were vandalized, police said, with all 4 wheels on each vehicle damaged and 2 others defaced with spray paint. March 9th, 4 Tesla Cybertrucks were damaged in a fire in Seattle. Let's see, March 6th, at least 7 shots were fired at a Tigard, Oregon Tesla dealership, which caused damage to 3 cars in the store's windows. March 3rd, 7 Tesla charging stations in Littleton, Massachusetts sustained heavy damage in fires that appeared to be intentionally set. March 2nd, Baltimore County Police said graffiti was found at a Tesla dealership, in Owings Mills, Maryland, which said "No Musk" alongside what appeared to resemble a swastika. Yeah, see, people are trying to point to him being a Nazi, and when you label people that aren't Nazis as Nazis, the word loses all meaning. So I absolutely hate when people are like, "Oh, Trump is Hitler. Oh, you guys are Nazis," or like anything outrageous like that. Like, there's terrible people that are that have existed throughout history. Hitler being the most prominent, even though he may not have even been the worst. I mean, you can point to other people like Stalin or Mao, and Hitler is just the most famous because of what he did with the Jews and everything. But when you label people that haven't even committed a single murder or put people in camps, when you start labeling them Hitler and Nazi and stuff of that nature, it loses the value of the word. You're lessening the value of that word, so that when someone actually does come around and start doing heinous acts like that, you start labeling them Nazi or Hitler, I'm not going to think about Hitler. I'm going to think about all the other people you labeled Nazi that were nowhere near the level of extremism that should rise to. So I just absolutely hate when people do that. And it's for political reasons. I mean, there was in the news recently, if you watch my live stream, 1:30 PST, I didn't do that today, but typically I stream every day at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time. If you've seen that, I've talked about recently how they're now that Democrats are denying. There's a lot of Democrats denying the election results because of what Trump is doing now, and they're claiming, like Maxine Waters, an elected official. She is claiming that Elon Musk directly used high technology, whatever high technology is. He used high technology to rig the election, and then they're bringing up clips of Donald Trump out of context where he talks about how they stole the 2020 election, but he went on to win the 2024 election, and then he worded it weird. So they're like, look, he's outright admitting that he stole the election. And it's just stupid, guys. But anyway, back to the timeline. 42-year-old resident Lucy Grace Nelson was confronted by police and charged with malicious destruction of property for numerous alleged instances of vandalism at a Tesla dealership in Loveland, Colorado, with police finding a container of gasoline plus a box of bottles and wick materials. So she's trying to make Molotovs, it seems like, in her car, according to the United States Attorney's Office, Colorado. Windows at Salem, Oregon Tesla dealership were damaged by a man firing bullets from an AR-15 style rifle. The second incident connected to the Salem man who faces a federal weapons charge. So 2 shootings at Tesla dealerships. Thankfully, no one's been hurt so far, but that's not cool, dude. That's not good. And what for? Like, what is this for? What is your accomplishment? Like, what are you trying to accomplish here? When I see stuff like this, yeah, dude, that's domestic terrorism. That's you're directly trying to affect change through violence. That is a terrorist act. That's just a fact. Nelson allegedly sprayed graffiti using an expletive on the front window of the Loveland Tesla dealership, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office, leading to a confrontation with a security guard. Nelson was accused of using red graffiti on a wall of the Loveland Tesla dealership and a possible arson, with police finding multiple broken bottles consistent with incendiary devices, according to the Attorney's Office. Police accused Nelson of spray painting the word Nazi on the Loveland Tesla dealership sign. Multiple instances of this Nelson person. Nelson allegedly threw a Molotov cocktail aimed at a Cybertruck on display at the Loveland Tesla dealership, causing a fire, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. The Salem man reportedly threw Molotov cocktails at Tesla vehicles, causing a fire, impacting one vehicle, police said. So, since the day that Donald Trump has been inaugurated, January 20th, and I'm sure there's been more. And then this article goes on to talk about everything else going on. Did Trump call for Tesla vandals to be prosecuted as domestic terrorists? Well, we saw the video, and he kind of did say that. But Forbes says not quite. During a demonstration at the White House on Tuesday in which 5 Tesla vehicles were lined up with Musk in attendance, right-wing Real America's Voice reporter Brian Glenn asked Trump a question stating, "Some say that they should be labeled domestic terrorists." Trump said, "I will do that. I'll do it. I'm going to stop them." Adding, "You do it to Tesla and you do it to any company, we're going to catch you and you're going to go through hell." So what he's talking about is like when you talk about people using firearms to go and shoot up a location for political reasons, that's terrorism. Could Tesla vandals be prosecuted as domestic terrorists? There's no federal charge for domestic terrorism, so individual suspects to have committed acts of domestic terrorism must instead be charged with other crimes. So, I mean, yeah. Tesla protests have also taken place internationally. 12 Tesla vehicles were set on fire in Toulouse, France on March 2nd. What is Tesla takedown? Some peaceful protests against Tesla dealerships in cities across the United States have been linked to Tesla Takedown, an organization that urges people to sell your Teslas, dump your stock, join the picket lines. According to its website, actor Alex Winter is a key figure behind the protest, which he began organizing in February. He posted on Blue Sky on Tuesday that Tesla Takedown is a peaceful grassroots protest movement formed by thousands of concerned citizens, hitting back at Trump's claim the Tesla protests are illegal. Well, what he means by the protests are illegal, I mean, we literally just went through like multiple instances of where, yes, this was illegal. And also, they didn't get everything in this because, let's see, we have videos like this. This was just posted today by Define Els. I don't know if it was today that this happened, but people are going to, I'm assuming this is a Tesla dealership of sorts, and they're dumping what appears to be paint on one of these robots, which these robots are not cheap. That's like a $60,000 robot, if not more, maybe $80,000. So they're just pouring paint on it. These people need to be prosecuted. Like, this doesn't do anything. Like, sure, this instance is non-violent, but that's absolutely ridiculous. And then we have this other instance. This is one that they mentioned in the Forbes article. Holy crap, I did not expect it to be that loud. I had it on mute when I first watched it. My bad. Yeah, so, like, they just went around vandalizing Cybertrucks and stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, what does this do? Like, you're just trying to get the Tesla stock to plummet? This isn't, you're not proving anything politically wise. And then this is one of the first ones I saw. I'm just going to mute the audio for these. We don't need audio. It's more of a visual thing anyway. But this is a 44 wheels stolen from Teslas in League City parking lot. So someone literally went around with a freaking jack and jacked up all these cars and then stole the wheels off them. That's insane. I mean, someone's got to find these wheels, right? Are these wheels worth any money? Like, maybe this isn't even politically motivated for this one. Maybe they just wanted to sell the tires. But it's probably politically motivated with everything else going on. And then I played this video on stream the other day on, what was it, Monday, with Back in Blanco. You have this insane guy. Look at his insane look on his face. And then there's a family in this Cybertruck, and he's walking up alongside them, flipping them off, smacking on the windows and stuff. Like, dude, there's kids in the car. Like, what are you doing? And then what else? So no lie with Tyler Cohen, which this guy is lying here. Donald Trump just lashed out at Americans for not buying Tesla, saying they're illegally boycotting the company. So we'll go into his statement. To Republicans, conservatives, and all great Americans, Elon Musk is putting it on the line in order to help our nation. Doing a fantastic job, but the radical left lunatics, as they often do, are trying to illegally and collusively boycott Tesla. So what he's talking about here when they say illegally is because we have groups like Act Blue funding through taxpayer funds that they illicitly got these protests, and you have, I mean, I just read it from Forbes, you have people literally shooting up these locations. So that's what he means by illegally boycotting. That would be an illegal boycott. You going and shooting up a place or vandalizing stuff. That's illegal. That is an illegal protest or an illegal boycott. If you're not non-violently, if you're not committing any crimes and you're just choosing not to buy a Tesla, that's not what he's talking about. Not going to do anything. We also have this video from Alex Jones that we'll play in just a moment talking about Act Blue. And that's how we'll end the video. But I do want to read a little bit more on this. So how has Musk responded to the Tesla protest? I mean, you can just go look at his account. Tangent further reading. Okay, no, I guess I did read all. What is Tesla takedown? Yeah, okay, I read it. I'll link the article in the description down below if you would out. But let's play this video from Alex Jones, and I'll give some commentary over it. How long is the? Okay, yeah, we got time. We got time. I don't have to. So let's play this video from Alex Jones.
Earlier this week in Congress, Act Blue's head testified and confessed that, yes, they got billions of dollars of donations in the last couple of election cycles from overseas credit cards. And of course, they've been caught taking the names of tens of thousands of innocent Americans, including prominent Republicans even, and giving massive donations in them names with somebody else's credit cards. Absolute money laundering, cut and dry. And now it's come out, and I'll link to some of the investigations below.
What he's talking about there, that is old reporting. That is not recent reporting. They have been money laundering for quite some time now. But there's more information.
That ActBlue's been the main group funding protests and assaults and attacks on Tesla dealerships around the United States, and other leftist groups are funding them in Europe. Pure intimidation and bullying to try to stop the head of DOGE, Elon Musk, from doing the incredibly important work he's doing, exposing these criminals. So, whether it's the Soroses funding Antifa and color revolutions, or big dark donors, dark money, hidden money being given for all these different campaigns that we've seen against Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and his confirmation, it's the same criminal cabals that are doing it, and DOGE is literally cutting off most of the government money that they've been getting from USAID, of course, the EPA, and other big illegal slush funds that came.
So that's what they're angry about. That's what organizations like ActBlue are angry about. Elon Musk is cutting the waste from government. All these people that have been getting kickbacks and all kinds of stuff through USAID and other revenues or avenues. Sorry. That's why people are upset, and that's why they're staging protest and direct actions against Elon Musk and his companies, because they want him to feel the financial burden of what he's doing, because they themselves are feeling financial burden by Doge, because they've been caught up in illegal schemes, and now Doge is cutting them off.
Came out last week that John Podesta, one of the top people in the Democratic Party, was over a $370+ billion slush fund, tens of billions of it going in just the last election cycle of the Democrats. This is cut and dry. Pam Bondi, the AG, Kash Patel, the FBI director, have cut and dry evidence, and it's being reported that all those groups, ActBlue, you name it, the USAID operatives, the EPA people, are all under criminal investigation. So expect major indictments soon. As promised a week ago, Pam Bondi is now basically removed or forced to resign a whole bunch of top FBI and DOJ officials in the Southern District that have been suppressing the Epstein files. And she said last week an entire truckload was liberty.
Now he's going into other topics, but that's basically all I wanted to show you guys today. So yeah, just absolutely ridiculous what's going on with the Elon protests and stuff like that. If I missed something, be sure to leave a comment down below. I'll also have my Discord chat in the description down below. Call into the show when I go live 1:30 Pacific Standard Time. I will post it to the Discord if you don't have notifications on for wherever you're watching me from. And yeah, call into the show and come argue with me, or just leave a comment down below. I'll be sure to read it. I read all the comments I get and try to respond when I can, because sometimes you guys leave comments and I don't really, but I do read them, and I'll like them if I agree or think it's a good point. But as always, that's the story, and cue the outro. As always, thank you guys so much for tuning into the video today. I greatly appreciate it. If you want to support me and support what I do, make sure you hit that like button, thumbs up, whatever you're watching from. If you are watching me from YouTube, go over to Rumble. If you're watching me from Rumble, go over to YouTube. Up to you. Always appreciate the extra follow. You could also follow me on X at Tyler Today News, or at Tyler Rittenhour, which is my full name. Tyler Today News, YouTube. Tyler Today News, Rumble. Or if you want to go ahead and watch me over on Twitch for when I stream. I also stream at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time, but I do stream from all three platforms. I just stream on Twitch as well, just to, have my name out there on Twitch as well. But as always, thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out.